Hi, this is Eliot from Workload. In this video, we're going to learn how to make a slightly more advanced workflow. We're going to start with a new form response trigger in Google Forms, and then we're going to use our AI formatter tool by Workload in order to interpret the results of that trigger and make them into a slightly more simple response, which we then can feed into a new channel message in Slack. Alright, let's have some fun. So we're going to start here at our workload editor, and we'll title our workflow New Form to Slack Channel. And then we'll pick a trigger. We're going to use Google Forms. Make sure you select the correct Forms app. There's lots of different ones. We're going to use a new form response as our event. Choose our Google account. Choose the form that we want the trigger to respond to. And then we're going to test that trigger. And you can see we have a response here. But if I look at the raw console, this response is a little bit complicated. What we actually want to put in our Slack channel are just the answers to the form. And those are hidden here in the value fields. And those are tucked inside several different arrays. So what we want to do is we're going to use our AI formatter tool by Workload. So when you click inside the action box, on the right, you'll see an option for tools. So we're going to click on tools, and then we're going to select AI formatter by Workload. And we're going to format the data. So the input data is going to be our response from that trigger, the entire response. So we'll click the whole output, and that's going to put all that information into our AI tool. And now we're going to tell it what to do. So we're going to tell it to pull out all of the value fields from the output or from the input and show them as an independent response that is not contained within an array. And what that does is just gives us a nice flat result, which will be easy to interpret so that we can then put it into our Slack channel message. So look at that, nice and simple. Just the answers to our form. That's all we want. Okay? And you can see here it's not contained inside of any arrays. It's just there, flat and simple. So we'll click continue. And now we can send a message through our Slack channel. So select Slack. Our event is going to be send channel message. Connect our Slack account. Choose the channel we want to send the message to, which will be our test channel. And then the message text will be those answers to our form. So we're going to pull those not from the form response, but from our step 2, from the AI formatter. And we will use the email address. I'm going to hit return. The physical address, return. Phone number, return. And then the message that they put down in the form. And then I'm going to say that the bot name is going to be the person who filled out the form. So that's going to be our friend Johnny Body. And we will click continue. And we're going to test that action. Okay, so it looked like it worked. Let's go over here and check our Slack channel. And here you go. You can see Johnny Body sent a message that had his email, his address, his phone number, and his little message. So that all worked how we wanted. So if you go back to our workload editor, we can click continue on that last action step and check and make sure all of our nodes, oh, this one is not ready yet. Go back here, make sure that's testing, and we hit continue at the end. We'll test the trigger again. And click continue. Alright, so now all of our nodes are green. And that's something you always want to double check. So if you notice any of these are yellow or they're red, then you skipped a step. And a lot of times it's just clicking continue at the end after you've tested them. So now we can turn our workflow on. So now it is active. So now every time I get a new form submission to our test form, our AI tool will interpret the results and then feed that into a new Slack channel message. That's how to use our AI formatter tool to connect a new form submission in Google Forms with a new Slack channel message. Please like and subscribe this video in order to receive more content from Workload about how to make your automation go more smoothly. See you next time.